This is 49th annual meeting of the Indian Society of Human Genetics and International Conclave on Neurogenetics. The Indian Society of Human Genetics organizes its annual meeting every year in different cities. So this year we are organizing at Nimhans, and it has started yesterday. That is, and it will continue till 22nd. The main objective of this conference is to bring all the geneticists together under a common umbrella and discuss all the progresses in this field. So we have 600 delegates from all over the world. So there are delegates from 10 different countries. Yesterday we had a panel discussion, and there were 7 stalwarts from different parts of India. They had shared their wisdom, ideas and direction on the critical domains of genetic research in India. The chief guest of this event was Professor Vinod K. Paul, Honorable Member, Niti Aayog, and he has shared with the audience several milestones which India achieved in the last few years in the field of medical genetics and in the field of therapy of rare genetic diseases. Today is the second day of the conference, and we are having multiple session, 2 plenary session. So in the morning we had a plenary session by Professor Henry Holden. He is from King's College of London. And in the afternoon we have another plenary session that will be delivered by Professor J.J. Liu. He is the director of Genome Institute of Singapore.
What is the benefit of this conference for
So this conference basically addresses all the challenges in the field of genetics, and it also shares the advancements of the knowledge, and how we can translate the advancement made in the research for the benefit of the society. So Dr. Manojit, I am a professor and head of the Department of Human Genetics at NIMHANS, chairperson of this conference.
What is the message to the delegates?
So delegate will have an enriching experience from this event. There are 56 invited speakers, and there are 2 sessions exclusively dedicated for the young as well as emerging scientists. And there are many messages given by Professor Vinod K. Paul and several other speakers. So I think that will be very useful to all the young scientists and scholars.
So the Indian Society of Human Genetics 2025 meeting is a very, very special one in terms of its contemporary nature. In other words, everything that we are listening to and we have experts talking to us about is to tell us about the contemporary advances for predictive and preventive medicine, and this ranges from basic genetic analysis to all of the gene therapies. So it's an end-to-end. You're talking about prediction, prevention, and then you're also talking about cure and treatment. So that's really the focus. So the meeting is very special because we've had this coverage, as I said, from end to end, and because of the students, which is a large number of students participate in this, it is an extremely enriching experience for them in terms of their exposure, in terms of opportunities for them to discuss with the leaders and so on. And more importantly, it also gives an opportunity for the younger students to participate in presenting their own work, which gives them a lot of confidence, right? So it is a total, a holistic way of kind of training the students and to get the best message across, and to tell them that though we have so much of work being done in genomics, we have a long way to go if we are talking about good health and well-being for everyone. So that is the message that I would like to give. So one has to make a lot of efforts in the country to achieve these big aims of genomic health and genomic medicine. My name is Telma. Okay. I'm the president of the Indian Society of Human Genetics.
This is ISHG 2025. It's a 49th annual meeting of Indian Society of Human Genetics, and throughout the world, it's an international conference. So today we have the theme that International Conclave on Neurogenetics. Since it's happening in the NIMANS, so it's a National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences. So we put the theme in the neurogenetics, and throughout the world, more than 600 participants are coming here. And presenting their data. So there are different plenary talks and very brainstorming panel discussion also is going on. So here we assembled together and discuss the current trend in the human genetics and disease development. Okay, this kind of conference, each people will do various kind of research in the various disease model to understand how the diseases are progressing and all at the genetic level. So this conference will make all the people come together and they will discuss their research findings and they will try to come up with a solution how to overcome these kind of
not deleted, which was present in the patient, and exon 5 and exon 10 which was deleted, and you can see the fold change in those.
So as we have still not done the functional assay corresponding to the LPP1 protein, so we have to test them using suppose it's like proliferation or migration, then we can conclude.
The cluster analysis, which is the same cluster or otherwise, okay. But the question which I have is that the microRNA which you have chosen, that is 142, actually resides in the cluster. It's a cluster regulated by a single promoter. So the
Sorry, sir,
actually,
I didn't get the question.
Just look back, right? Which acts as a resides as a cluster of microRNAs. Okay. Members of the cluster microRNA rather than.
We are not here actually validating the axis regarding to a particular microRNA, and as you know, the psoriasis is a combination of certain gene down regulation, up regulation. So we are actually taking it all together. And
so may I invite Bipin Rajshekhar to give a talk on this topic. CNT-NAP2 gene deletion confers risk to schizophrenia through dendritic spine abnormalities evaluated using HIP-derived neurons.
To schizophrenia through dendritic spine abnormalities evaluated using HIP-derived neurons. Of genetic factors and environmental factors. Talking about the prevalence, so prevalence rate is 0.32% worldwide and 0.42% in the Indian context. So for this study, we have recruited total 100 patients and genes related to the extracellular matrices and cannot be linked definitely to the schizophrenia. So we did microarray also, and for this presentation I am specifically pointing on the microarray. We come through these familial cases where the proband was affected with schizophrenia and the onset was 18 years, and her sister was usually the peak onset of schizophrenia in male is 20 to 28 years, and for females find a pair of exons where exon 1 and exon 21 which was not deleted, which was present in the patient, and exon 5 and exon 10 which was deleted, and you can see the fold change in those.
ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಹೈಯರ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್, ಮಗಳ ಮದುವೆ, ಕನಸಿನ ಸ್ವಂತ ಮನೆ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹಣ ಹೊಂದಿಸ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಟೆನ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಇರೋ ಚಿನ್ನನ ಅಡ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಬಡ್ಡಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಡ್ಡಿ ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕು. ಮಾರಿಬಿಡೋಣ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಧಕ್ಕರ್ಧ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರಂತ ಆತಂಕದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಬಿಡಿ, ನೀವು ಅಡವಿಟ್ಟ ಚಿನ್ನವನ್ನ ಬಿಡಿಸಿ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಹಳೆ ಚಿನ್ನವನ್ನ ಇಂದಿನ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ರೇಟಿಗೆ ಕೊಂಡುಕೊಂಡು ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬಾಕಿ ಹಣ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ.
ಕೋಟ್ಯಾಂತರ ಜನರ ಆತ್ಮವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಹಿಂದೂಸ್ತಾನ್ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಕಂಪನಿ, ಇದು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಕಂಪನಿ.